Welcome to NGS, where we dive into my hobbies, such as playing cards. Today I have a bicycle deck for you. This is the Bicycle Aurora playing cards. Aurora, like from Sleeping Beauty. I know that one from the Disney 100th anniversary deck that you could watch right there. This deck displays very, I guess, like artsy vine work along the outside, and I love the foil and this kind of like mustard yellow paired with the silver. Looks pretty cool. So I guess we'll just go ahead and dive right into this. We have here the classic bicycle logo, and then we have a spade here with, it looks like an M. I don't think it is, it's just probably part of the vine work we have here, but a lot of vine work. And when I say vine work, I mean there is vine work spread throughout this whole deck. And then we have Aurora playing cards written down here, and on the edges and borders we have here this like squiggly line that goes all the way around. On the side we have here air cushion finish, which is framed inside more vine work here. We have on this side Aurora, which is framed inside the exact same line work. On the top we have the same thing, just smaller. And on the bottom we have the barcode and the tag. There is no seal, which is kind of out of the norm with a bicycle deck, but it is what it is. But the vine work on the front, in the spade, on the bicycle, and on the sides are foiled and embossed. Jesus Christ. And on the back here we have what the cards are going to look like. We have this giant circle here, which kind of reminds me of like the cornea of the eye, where you can see the little like deep ridges inside the color part of your eye. Usually like brown eyes have that, where it's really obvious, and then a pupil in the center. And then it's inside this giant rectangle with those squiggly lines that you see on the border, also in here. And then we have another border here, which has kind of this, I don't know, fence wiring pattern going around it. And then we have these little silver square and rectangle bits that creates another border, and then past that we have another squiggly line border that goes around, and outside that the squiggly line border that we see on the front. It's border after border after border after border after border. I would say that that is borderline overkill. I'll be here all week, baby. Let's go ahead and crack into these bad boys. The inside is white. The tabs here have vine work again, and foiled vine work. The flap here has the copyright information. And then we get to the deck itself. Has the same back that you would see on the tuck case. And instead of these squiggly line borders that I was talking about, it's just a white border. This is going to have the same quality as you would expect from a rider back. They feel maybe a little bit thicker, I think. But nonetheless, the quality is there and they feel absolutely beautiful. And that pattern, you would think the color would be a little more washed out on the card, but it is not. It kind of shares the exact same vibrancy on it, which is nice. To the faces. So when it comes to the dirty work of what stands out, the faces will be doing all of the work, as you will see shortly. We have here the two jokers that are made for a color change here. We have that like mustard yellow with brown on this white background, and we have Joker with that squiggly line lettering that we see on the border of this as well, very lightly, but it is there. And the other Joker is a gray and red. I think this looks cooler than this in my opinion. But with these two cards you can do a color change, but they are still technically duplicates with no reveal, or at least not one that I can see. But it's a little Joker clown jester. Nice. Here's the Ace of Spade, which if you couldn't tell has the same spade from the front of the tuck case, and this burnt yellow border. Now you would assume from seeing this that, you know, if I went through it real quick like this, you would think that all of the spades and clubs are orange and all of the diamonds and hearts are probably gray. Wrong. This deck does a little something different, has its own little nuance. Instead of the color of the card varying the border, it is the royalty. So all the court cards, and ace is going to be considered high in this one. So this is considered a court card as well. They will be orange. The number cards will stay gray. And then you get to the court and they are red. A very interesting and unique take on the faces here. But yeah, we have the borders, and the spades have a little spade on the top that is bordering around it. As we get deeper, you will see that the corresponding pip will be on the border of the card. The pips are a very long boy, and also a very wide boy. So they're very interesting, and the stem of the spade is a very thick boy also. My only complaint would be the color of the indices. They're kind of hard to see against the gray. They're easy to see against the orange though. And the court cards are the same bicycle court cards, considering it is a bicycle deck, but they share the same color combination of orange, black, and probably brown. But they have gradients spread all over them to give them a kind of a 3D metallic feel. The diamonds are concaved on the sides. Here are the clubs, which have a club along the border. And the single ones seem to be bordered with that burnt orange. See? And the hearts have the heart along the border as well, as you would have expected. We have a double backer, which you love to see, and then a promo card right here for collectibleplayingcards.com. So let's go ahead and see what they look like with a black light. Well, they do not glow, not even the faces. Shame. I guess we'll look at the tuck case. The inside of the tuck case glows, like, a lot, but that's really it. Yeah, so very interesting with the way they decided to do the court cards a different color than the number cards. I haven't really seen that before. I might have, but don't remember, but this one is definitely probably the first that I will remember. And that is the Bicycle Aurora playing cards. If you are interested in buying these, I'll put a link down in the description below. I think they're available on Amazon. If not, you're gonna have to go through secondary markets. And I can't wait to see you right or back in the next video.
You're dealing with the ghost. We are spitting facts, so don't mistake it with the boast. Looking for a lethal injection, we got the dose. We are giving the chills from your head down to your toes. You're trying to touch us, but you're dealing with the ghost.